Hey everyone, this is my second video today for the Cold War Collectors channel. I did a video on my channel a week ago or so, on comparing the British 58 style webbing with the Iraqi style webbing. So, this is going to be a two-part thing. The first part is going to be on just my British set of pattern 58 webbing. Because not everyone's interested in the Iraqi stuff, but the 58 stuff, is very interesting. So I thought I'd just go through this quickly. So basically, they started manufacturing this very late 50s, but really it was going into service early 60s. It was used up until the late 80s, and even by some into the mid-90s, but for most military service, it was replaced in the late 80s. However, certain sets of these were seen in Desert Storm, but mostly before, like, the Falklands War, etc. And if you need any more information on any of those wars, you can just look them up, especially the Falklands War. It's pretty interesting. It was a conflict between Britain and Argentina, but anyways, I'm just going to get into it. So, basically, the entire basis for this webbing are two parts. First, the belt, which is very adjustable and a very good, it has very good buckle design. In case you've been, a lot of people I see try to close them like this and they just sort of fall off. The way you're supposed to fasten a pattern 58 buckle is like this. It's much easier to do and it's actually on your body, but this part goes through. Sorry, I'm trying to do this through the camera too. But it's a very secure design. It goes through and over. And this way, it won't come out if you're wearing it. So it's a much better design than the Alice belts. I've had a few Alice belts before. I only have one now. It's a good design, but it can come apart under a lot of use. If you're trying to haul ass out of an area, the belt might come undone. But it's fastened here with hooks into the corresponding slot, and unlike on the British Pattern 44 webbing, these slots are not for carrying gear. Traditionally, they're just for adjustment. So basically, the second part that this is built off of is the yoke, or the suspenders, and it's sort of an H-strap design. So it hooks in at 2 points, and it gets held in place by the kidney pouch's various straps, and mine is marked, so it may have been used very lightly, but it's surplus. So I mean, it really doesn't have any damage to it, so I doubt it was used very much, if at all. The backpack hooks onto D-rings, and also on the ammunition pouches by hooks. They're pretty good hooks too. They stay nice and tight. They don't get loose with use, really, unless you put them under a lot of use. It's really, really thick canvas. You can't really see it through the camera, but it's sewn. It's overlapped and sewn at many places. It's very good material. Unfortunately, unlike the Pattern 44, this is not waterproofed. So, if it gets wet, it already weighs enough without water when you're fully loaded up. If it gets wet, it's kind of a mess. But for dry, arid climates, it's really good webbing. It's, some people find it quite a bit hard to put together. And maybe, if a few people in the comments say, they weren't able to figure out how to put it together, I will do a video on that, and I will do a full run-through of how to put it together. I have the entire set right here, except for some of the ancillary pouches that specialist troops used, such as one magazine pouch. Like, instead of holding 3 or more magazines, they'd hold just one, which were more specialized. They also had binocular pouches and compass pouches, but one that every soldier has was a canteen pouch. I do not have that. But other than that, this set is pretty much complete. The ammunition pouches are fastened with 2 hooks, or I guess you should call them loops, and then a piece of fabric slides right through. And on the sides of the ammunition pouches, by the way, these were originally designed to be universal, but they designed them to hold 3 Bren magazines each, Bren light machine gun. And Bren magazines are roughly the same size as an AK, so if you're an AK user, these will come in handy to hold 3 AK magazines each, which is more than enough ammunition in my opinion, and then you can carry extra in the kidney pouches. But, so if you look on the side of the pouch, I actually have an oil bottle in there right now, because it's good for fitting that. But, they were originally meant for Energa or Energia, I don't remember what they call them, but, rifle grenade attachments and blank firing attachments. So yeah, this oil bottle's actually the Chinese one I was looking for when I made my Chi-Com video. But so yeah, this one holds an Energia attachment, or just various barrel attachments, including blank firing adapters, etc. This side is for a bayonet. The little knob on the bayonet hooks through this buttonhole, and then it just gets kept in place there. And the poncho roll hooks attach at the bottom loops, and then again at the loops that are built into the belt. And there was a lot of variation country to country by who made these, but the British only made them in pretty much this color. I think I've seen a little lighter and a little darker. They also made a nylon version that was a trials model in the 80s. I mean, if you know where I can get a full nylon set, I already know some places that sell them piece by piece, like Silverman's. I could put a link in the description, maybe. But if you know a place where I can get a full nylon set for around $100, I would be very grateful if you give me a link to that, because they're pretty rare and really nice. They're more waterproof. They wear better. Yeah, they're just better sets. But this is fine for my purposes, anyways. And I've heard rumors of a lot of soldiers really hating this webbing, but more specifically hating the large pack, because it's really not large. I don't know why they call it that. But you know, I like it, but I don't have to use it in combat. Let's see. So all the straps are ended with aluminum pieces that are riveted on, which is a pretty good design. So it doesn't fray, except for on the ends of the ammunition pouches and some other places. The kidney pouches, they fit a lot of stuff. These, often a British practice was to, since these are connected, you can only ever buy 2 kidney pouches. You'll rarely be able to buy one, because they're connected here, but they would often slash it and just use one, because you really don't need 2 kidney pouches. It's for mess kits and stuff. Poncho roll held either a poncho, obviously, a blanket, possibly. Some people use those, and often NBC gear. They would roll it in here. Sometimes troops would even buy 2 poncho rolls to roll the gear into, so they'd have some extra space, but usually just one. Large pack, I've heard it's pretty crappy. It's not, I mean, it's not the quality, but just, it's not that useful. You can't really fit anything into it except like an extra uniform or something. The straps cross, and there's another loop for the other one to cross to help close it more, but the main closures are here. Holds a sleeping roll on the top, or bed roll goes on the top, I believe. The side pouches are for whatever else you need. And, so I guess that's just about it for the British version. Any questions you have, just ask them in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and check out my main channel, which is Comblock VZ58. So, thanks for watching, and I'll probably make another video today.